Welcome to On the Corner in Marion, Kansas. Today we have a couple of the regulars as hosts. We have Mike Powers and Jeremiah Lang. And Mike, would you introduce your guest that you have?
Well, I have Mark McInerney, and Mark is our interim city administrator. He's been interim long enough; he's now eligible for retirement with us. But he's here for a couple of reasons, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But first, I'd like to give Jeremiah an opportunity to say something unpleasant.
I know there's been a lot of back and forth. Well, first, let me say it's a joy to sit with you, Mike.
It should be.
Yeah, we've seemed to set a precedent that the two shall never meet between Darren and myself and you and Chris. So
Gene called. He said, "God, we have an emergency. The second team can't make it.
Right.
We need to pull in one of the stars."
Yeah, and I appreciate you coming 2 weeks in a row. And I apologize. I'm sorry that Judy couldn't get your shirt washed this week.
We have 2 shirts apiece. You know that,
I
don't you?
do know that, but they didn't know that.
I'm a busy man, and I wore the shirt last time, and there was not time to do that. I could not. I would have had to have made him wait while I ran home and changed.
You were busy
shirts.
going to all the yard sales.
Oh no, I would like to, but I've never done that. But I'd probably like to. Probably like it.
Probably. You might like it if you tried it.
Judy wouldn't let me because I would buy a lot of crap.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
okay, so Mark is here, and we're going to lead. You lead with your star.
That's right. Don't bury the lead.
If you've got a TV show and your guests for that night are Carrot Top and Brad Pitt, you don't make Brad Pitt wait for Carrot Top to do his thing.
I don't know. Don't you bring Carrot Top out to warm up the crowd, though?
I don't. Not if Brad Pitt's the main guy. So we've Mark, as our interim city administrator, has really, in my opinion, done us a solid. He's here at least 3 days a week. I don't know what he averages, but he's pretty much always here 3 days a week. And in that period of time, he has been going about trying to, keep the wheels of the city moving, but at the same time set us up for success in the future by introducing us to people that are, I guess I'll say, experts or are very successful in various fields that associate with municipal governments, how to get grants, how to people who not only they may use those grants to then be the person who utilizes it to do whatever the grant is for, that sort of thing. And as the reason I specifically asked him to come today was just last night an announcement was made with regard to it was Kansas Department of Transportation, right?
Right, Division of Aviation.
Okay, so I would like to ask you just to explain. Well, first of all, we were just talking about all the things that have been done out at the reservoir. If you can remember some of those, you might run through them real quick and then hit the one that popped up last night.
Okay, at the reservoir.
I'm sorry, airport.
Okay, airport. Yeah, I've been down in Marion for probably about 2.5, 3 days a week for about 14 months. And just at the airport alone, we've installed some safety devices on the power lines approaching the grass runways. They just got through doing a crack seal project on the main runway that was badly needed. We're fixing some of the hangar doors that had been in bad shape for multiple years. And last night we received, or as announced, we're going to receive approximately $136,000 grant for a new fuel system at the airport. So, and a lot of that goes, the grant application for the fuel system and the runway, Darren Newfield over at EBH submitted those on behalf of the city. So hats off to Darren for doing that work. But I think by the end of the summer, you'll have hopefully a fuel system out there that will work for everybody.
Mark didn't know, I didn't know this when Mark came here, and Mark didn't know it till he was out there doing some, I don't know if I'd say troubleshooting, but getting to know the facility. Yeah. We are on the map, whatever kind of maps that airplanes have, as a place you can get fuel.
Okay.
but we didn't have fuel available.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, we had previously, but we didn't now. So this will give us, and that I still don't know that I totally understand that system, but it's mobile. Is that right? The new fuel system, or did I dream that?
Well, I think it can be moved. It can be on skids, as I understand it.
Okay.
We'll
okay.
find out more later, but I think we can put it in one site to begin with and move it to another site if we need to later.
Okay. So that'll put us, I mean, this is going to be a brand new setup that should make us able to supply whatever, can land on the length of runway
Yeah.
that we have. And those are a lot of steps forward for our airport. And
Good.
most of us, including me, I drive by the airport. I don't drive in there. Since I became mayor, Mark and I went out to one of their board meetings,
yeah.
and I mean, it's impressive that the guys, the people, they were all guys at the time, but there were surely some women too. But they're passionate about it and they know their stuff. And so I think this is, if we're going to have an airport, then we want to have as good an airport as we can. And I thought that was a good piece of good news.
It's
Yeah.
really good news. And I think your proximity between the town and the lake is a wonderful location. And then you have a golf course handy. You have a lot of things in that immediate area.
Well, I've tried to tell him that he could move here now that he's in his golden years, and he could be our Uber guy. He could peep from the airport to the lake, to the golf course, into town, grocery store.
I can do that.
There's a fortune to be had.
Yeah, there's definitely a niche there that is not being met.
Our other thing, and that I wanted to mention, and more details will follow, but the council has been in the last year trying to get ourselves in a position where we can hire a city administrator. And I'm really pleased. We worked with John Deerdoff through the Kansas League of Municipalities, and I don't think this is his title, but he's probably a recruiter, but I'd say he's a headhunter. But he brought us 14 candidates for our job. And last Tuesday, we did interviews with those that we narrowed it down to. And we have made an offer to one of those persons, and that offer has been accepted by them. I'm not going to name any names yet or go into any detail about where the person is or anything like that, because we don't have the signed contract. But the contract. Mark and I talked today about the terms, and he's going to get it to the city attorney, Brian Bina, to get it drawn up. And as soon as everybody's on the same page there, we hope to bring this individual and their spouse in for a signing ceremony, if you will, sign the contract, and then have a opportunity for the public to meet those two people right afterwards. And with a little luck, that'll be sometime here in May.
Okay. And this is an individual that doesn't have social media or access to the internet or incredibly thick skin or...
This is an individual. This is an individual who knows what they're walking into.
Very good. Very good.
Boy, I was lost. I had no idea what you were talking about. No, this person is he is working currently in government and has experience in that. He's never been a city manager, city minister, anything of that nature. But the part that he's working in right now, the budget for his area is $16 million.
Okay.
So he certainly is aware and able to how to work a budget, take care of things. Mark and I have talked about this, and Mark, maybe I'll let you comment on this a little bit. But I think Mark's going to be available to walk this person through the various things, hang around, answer questions, and then today we were working on some plans. It's okay, we want to do this and this and this. Okay, how do we pay for it? Right. And you're not going to just run away, right?
No, I've enjoyed my time in Marion. I've enjoyed the people I've got to know, and I like the Marion I've talked about. We'll transition out, and I'll come back and help all I can.
You're going to, and you told me that the max you can make, and you would want us to pay it all to you for that amount was $1,200, something like that.
23-4. I'm applying for my Social Security.
So there, beat that.
I think that's great. I appreciate what Mark's done the last 14 months, and I'm excited to see the hire the city council has made. So.
The thing I really have liked is, and Mark, he beats it like a dead horse, but I think he's genuine. He really thinks Marion is an attractive community. He always says cute, which is fine. I'll take cute. But he brings all these wheeler dealers in from other places that he wants us to meet. And I'm thinking, well, they're not going to want to meet. We're just, here chewing on wheat stalks and whatever country hicks. But they've been very nice, and they've all commented very favorably upon what they see in the city.
Well, and I think Darren and I shared that the last time we were on. I mean, we both have family members that are coming, buying houses here and moving here, and I think that there's definitely a lot to be said for our community and what we have to offer.
The the 4 new low to moderate income houses that are up. I think at least 3 are already done deals, and I think the 4th may be close to that. Those duplexes are all full. Our next challenge, one of the next challenges, I think, is to continue to find some more housing. But hopefully, some of these things that we have that are new that people are living in will also open up. Like I know that one of the new houses, people that currently live here moved from a nice house into it. Well, that opens up that nice house for somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
So that's it. Mark, do you want to sit here and but last thoughts from you, old timer?
Oh, like I've said, I've enjoyed Marion. I do think you have a lot going for the community. It's a well-kept community in my mind. I love the historic limestone buildings. The things that if I was looking for a town to move to, you have a nice school system, a golf course. You're between a nice city lake and a federal lake. You're within an hour of a major airport being down in Wichita. You have universities in the county and within easy access. You have a lot going for you. And I will say, everybody I know that from Emporia or other people have stopped by to visit, they all comment without being prompted that this is a cute little town.
And it's the only town around here that has this particular podcast.
That's true.
Outstanding.
Well, no one else would want it.
And no one's reached out for the rights to it, have they?
Well, let's just we've talked a long time.
Yeah.
So let's get the business out of the way, and then we'll get you on with your rest of your day, Mark.
Okay.
All right.
Take it away, Jeremiah.
The first thing we have for all of you is May 3rd volunteers cleanup at the Marion Reservoir.
You have to clean up the volunteers?
Yeah, you got to clean up the volunteers. They're going to hose them down and throw them in the reservoir. So cleanup day out at the reservoir. Lloyd Davies has been organizing that for a long time, and he continues to do so you can contact him. But that's always a great day to go out there and clean up along the shore of the reservoir.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and Jean's got the flyer up on the board. Let you know how you can get involved. You can grab a teal is what you're supposed to wear. It can be a ribbon, a scarf, a shirt, a hat, whatever you want. Paint your nails. I think you should do that one, Jeremiah. Paint your nails.
I'll look into it.
Teal. And just acknowledge that sexual assault is a real thing, and it's everywhere. It's not just in big cities. And having worked in the court system for, as a prosecutor and a judge for 42 years, I can tell you it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So make sure to be supportive of those efforts. And May 24th at the Lake Hall, there's a meal and benefit auction for Madison Vindeska, a young mom that she and her husband had a really great thing going with the ice cream truck, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And she was seriously injured in an automobile accident and is in the process of recovering, but of course a lot of expense and such for that, so be supportive of that if you can.
Absolutely. We got a full week this time of year. The school's calendar is super full. So April 28th, which is today when this airs, is the MES K2 Spring Concert. And I am here to tell you there is no better free entertainment than the K2 concert. It is, you don't know what you're going to get, and but it's worth seeing. So make sure you get out for that.
I heard a guy the other day talking about that kids around that age, that every one of them is a diva. They all think that if they're doing something, everyone should be watching them.
Or they're totally unaware that everybody's watching.
Well, that's kind of the same way.
Yeah. I mean, I go back a number of years, but I remember Keenan in kindergarten, and the director was up there snapping at kids who were wrestling off to the side. So it's always a good time. Lots of sports this week. MHS JV golf. It will be at Council Grove on the 29th. Also, big baseball game. Marion travels to Hillsboro on the 29th. That should be a fun one. And I'm pretty sure the middle school track is not going to Beloit.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
Yeah, I think that's
might have been a misprint on their website.
Yeah, the high school track team will go to Beloit on that Friday of that week. But yeah, so there's lots going on. We can read through some more. May 2nd, MHS JV golf at Pine Ridge. May 2nd, girls swim at Mays. And May 2nd, also baseball at Mays. May 3rd, girls swim at Mays. Man, they're busy at Mays. And forensics will be May 3rd. That's state forensics is actually being held here in Marion.
Oh, it's here.
It's here in Marion. And so that's a big endeavor for the school system to take on, and Topher's taking that on to head that up. So that'll be a big deal. And May 3rd and 4th, the 8th grade trip to Oklahoma City.
News from the county, they've been good about providing notices to us. Road and Bridge is continuing the road project on 110th. Closure on 110th expected this week, which would be starting, what's the date on Monday, the 29th?
28th.
28th. Between Timber and Vista, weather permitting, that'll be closed till they get it done, I guess. The health department is hosting a car seat check lane on May 7 from 2:30 to 4:30 at the Marion County Health Department. New health department, go get a chance to look at it and get your car seat checked. If you got grandkids or kids that you want to make sure you got the car seat in there correctly, and anyone like to get checked, make sure they got it in right, they'll do it for you. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Marion County Department of Aging is always looking for volunteers to drive senior citizens to their appointments. So if you have a clean driving record and a clean car inside and are interested in helping, contact Lou at 620-382-3580.
It's the opposite of Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Instead of taking care of youngsters, you can take in an old guy like this and drive him to the doctor.
It'd be deeply appreciated.
Like driving Miss Daisy.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, this next one's complicated. You better take it, Jeremiah.
Okay. I thought that was more your area. Okay, May 4th through 10th has been proclaimed National Correctional Officers and Employees Week in Marion County.
Oh, I jumped that one, so yeah, it would have been more up my alley. May 4 to 10 has been proclaimed.
Nope, I just said that.
If your last name begins with the letter C or D, and it's May 4 or 10, don't forget to renew your vehicle registration.
No, that's not accurate at all. So inaccurate. If
Told you it was complicated.
If your name begins with the letter, if your last name begins with the last letters of C or D, you have 2 days left to get your vehicle registered. So you got till May 30th.
Get on that.
Yep.
Marion County Environmental Health Department will be assisting with the annual 4th grade Conservation Day on April 29 at the County Fairgrounds over in Hillsboro. This event's hosted by the Marion County Conservation District, which is appropriate.
That is appropriate. Yeah. There is grant money available to help Marion County residents repair or replace failing private wastewater systems. It's an income-based program called the Marion County Planning, Zoning, Environmental Health Office. For more details, 620-382-2945.
Now, these last two things, Since we started doing this fiasco, these have been among the county's.
Same with the wastewater one.
Yeah, you're right.
They've all been there.
Yeah, but this last one's.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: either some people are going to show up for these jobs, or we're going to come out and start shanghaiing. You're going to be walking down the street one day, and the next when you wake up, you're going to be at the county shop with a weed eater. Road and Bridge Department's looking for full and part-time help, including some seasonal positions. More information available on the county website, marioncoks.net, or contact the county Road and Bridge Department. Also looking for part-time summer help for lawn care and minor maintenance. But there's jobs.
There's jobs to be had.
Go
out and get them.
Now, final thoughts from you? I mean, you've witnessed magic.
It has been magic.
We can get you a shirt.
I'll take one. No final thoughts. No final thoughts. I've just enjoyed myself today.
You know, you was talking about the Uber job. You know.
Yeah.
Well, the senior citizens looking for somebody to drive their van.
But they say you have to have a clean driving record.
Okay.
I do.
Maybe we change Meals on Wheels to Uber delivery. We just Uber the whole thing.
Yeah.
Get people to their appointments and do Meals on Wheels and.
You're quite the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Get on that.
We'll
Okay.
see if they'll take us up on that.
I am leaving town.
That's right.
Do
you want the whole world to know that? Because this is on YouTube.
Like 80 people seeing it.
By the way, subscribe to this channel and like and subscribe to the videos.
Bangor, Maine. All we know is we are supported strongly in Bangor, Maine, and we need to open up. I'm going to take it as a personal goal. I will get us a subscriber west of Colorado.
West of Colorado.
Yeah, like Idaho or California or Nevada.
How are you gonna just get one? How are you gonna target that person?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to. I want to go from coast to coast. If we got somebody in Bangor, Maine,
okay,
we need. And I'm not.
So you're talking like San Diego, not just Idaho. If you want to go coast to coast.
I'm not saying I can't promise miracles.
Okay.
I'm promising we're going to go from Bangor, Maine, to somewhere west of Colorado.
West of the Rockies.
I have a nephew niece in Seattle.
There you go.
We'll get them signed up.
There you go.
There you go. I would ask you, but I'm pretty sure you don't know how to use YouTube well.
They do.
Gonna be out of the country, literally the country of the United States. First time we've ever done that we haven't been going south somewhere.
Okay.
We've gone to Mexico a couple times, the Bahamas once, and Jamaica once in 36 years. But we're going to Ireland, the land of Ire. And
you might be one of the taller people there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
What do you think, they're all leprechauns? Oh, magically delicious. I think we're done.
You might fit right in.
Faith, let me go. You're a handsome boy.
Well, have a great week. We don't know who will be with you next week, if it's going to be Chris and Darren or Chris and me, but we know Mike will not be on the broadcast. Right. So
ratings will go down.
That's right. Have a great week, and we will see you soon.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Beware of the goat sign should be put on immediately after seeing this incident, for sure, or the dog will be offended.
Stop headbutting me.